Hi everybody. So I just got back from Black Friday at Bath and Body Works and I am very upset. This is kind of going to be a calm rant because I'm going to hide my emotions, but I am not happy right now at all. So let me backtrack a little bit. If you guys aren't aware of my other Bath and Body Works rants, I do have them out there. There should be 3 or 4 of them. I will link them in the description down below. Basically, you can watch those first. But what happened was I went to my outlet store. I tried to return 3 candles or 1 candle. I can't even remember how many. I tried to return a few candles that were not burning properly. They were pooling improperly. The wicks were extinguishing themselves. The wax pool was not even, and I did not have my receipt. I just wanted to exchange the candle because their policy reads that they are guaranteed 100%. That is their new policy, and that was pretty much their old policy too. So let me just tell you guys that I went into the store. I tried doing it. They wouldn't do it. I got upset. I actually got a letter from corporate. I called corporate. Corporate was extremely nice on the phone to me. They gave me a $25 gift certificate at the time. This was back July 8th. So it was in the summer. And they basically gave me this letter. And this letter basically states that I can take this into any Bath and Body Works whenever I need to do a candle for candle exchange with no receipt. There will be no questions asked, and I can do it whenever I want. So after this letter came out, there was one time that I went into a store and I exchanged candle for candle. I had the letter. I showed them this. This is at my outlet store. I had no problem. No questions asked, whatever. It's Black Friday, guys. I went in this morning. I had 3 candles that I was going to exchange. One was Wild Strawberry, one was Sweet Pea, and one was Malibu Smash. All 3 of them are known to have wicks that tunnel and extinguish themselves on their own. I was not going to put up with it. I went through my stash last night and I decided to pick 3 candles that I was just going to take to Bath and Body Works, do an even exchange. I did get them on sale. I got them on sale for buy 3 and I used a coupon to $10 off of $30, so I got 3 candles for $20, which is the same exact deal that they have going on today. It's 2 for $22, then you use your coupon and you get $10 off of $30, which brings them down to the sale price, which is what I originally paid for these candles. So I wasn't winning anything out of this. I wasn't losing anything out of this. I am just a normal everyday customer from Bath and Body Works who wanted a fair shot at their policy, what their policy reads. So I get this letter. I go in today. I hand the letter over. There's no problem whatsoever. I say, I have a case number. She said, I've never dealt with anybody with a case number. Let me get a manager. So they did everything. Exchanged my candles. After they exchanged my candles, there was no problem. Then I had other stuff that I needed to buy, so we did those transactions. I handed in all my coupons because we could stack coupons today. That's another thing. When I walked into the store, I asked the lady, can you stack coupons today? And she said, no. And I said, what? It's Black Friday. And she said, no, I'm sorry, we can't. You can do separate transactions. And I'm like, but that's not the point of stacking coupons on Black Friday because you guys are really busy on Black Friday. So then when I went to the register and I told her this, the manager, she's like, oh, that lady must be uninformed. We'll take care of it. We'll let her know. So anyway, comes time for me to leave. Okay, I've got all my bags. I'm like, oh, I need my letter back. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, we can't give you your letter back. And I'm like, well, I need my letter back. This was a letter that was sent to my house, to me, on letterhead. I need my letter back. Like, Bath and Body Works corporate sent me this letter, and this is my letter, not yours. And she said, but you can only use the letter once. And I'm like, what do you mean you can only use the letter once? This is your policy. I'm like, no, I need that letter back. So she's like, let me call the manager again. So she calls this other manager, and the manager says, yeah, we have to keep the letter. And I'm like, you are not keeping that letter. I'm like, that letter was mine. Corporate sent it to me. It has my home address on it. That is my letter, and I want it back. And other people at this time were starting to, you know, kind of look around. Other employees were like looking at me, kind of like rolling their eyes or doing whatever. And I'm like, whatever. So she said, I can give you the letter back, but I do have to write on the letter that the offer was used. And I'm like, but there was no offer. This is just a letter stating your policy. And she said, well, I still have to write on there. I'm like, fine, you know what? Do whatever you need to do. I'm like, I just want my letter back. So she writes on this letter, deal was surrendered on 11/29/2013 at 12:03 p.m. No further offer is due. And then she signed her name. It wasn't an offer. It's your policy. So I got so upset when I came home. I vlogged about it a little bit in my daily vlog or my weekend vlog. And then I thought to myself, no, you know what? I'm going to call corporate because the person signed their name on here who gave me this letter. His name is Seth. So Angela thought to herself, Angela, let's call Seth. So Angela called Seth. And I'm on the phone, this lady comes on and I'm like, I spoke with a guy named Seth. I gave the last name. I'm like, back in July, and he sent me this letter about your policy. I'm like, is there any way that I can possibly get his voicemail or speak with him or whatever? And she said, well, let me see if I can help you. So I explained the situation to her and she started laughing, hysterically laughing. She's like, you've got to be kidding me. She wrote on your letter. And I'm like, yeah, she wasn't even going to give me my letter back, let alone just write on it. And she's like, that is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard of. She's like, the reason why we gave you that letter is because your store is so uneducated that they do not know our company policy. So if you ever needed this letter to show them our policy, you can whip out the letter, show the policy, and it's not a big deal. And I said, exactly. She said, Angela, calm down. She said, I'm going to give you another letter. She's like, rip that letter up, which I'm not going to until I get the new letter. She said, but rip that letter up. I'm going to give you a new letter. She's like, it's going to be the exact same thing that Seth said. She's like, don't worry about it. And she said, this is going to be your letter and you're just, you'll be able to show it anytime you want. Candle for candle return or exchange. It's like, honestly, I just don't understand. I don't understand why everybody at that store is not on the same page. Half of the people thought that you couldn't stack coupons. The other people in the back knew that you could. It was just complete and utter chaos, and I'm really sick of it. I'm so sick of it to the point where it almost makes me feel like I really don't want to shop with Bath & Body Works anymore. It's getting to that point to me that it's really just not even worth it. I'm gonna show you guys. I'll just kind of cover my address. This is what though was said. Can you guys see that? That's what she wrote on my letter. That's what she wrote. Like on the letter. So like if I were to go into the store, I would not be able to go into the store anymore with this letter. Like she put on here that it was a deal. Well, let me just read you guys the letter one last time. Case number, Dear Angela, we appreciate you taking the time to contact us in regards to our policies, services, and products. We value your inquiry and your interest in Bath & Body Works and the White Barn Candle Company. We always want to ensure our customer satisfaction, so every item we make is 100% guaranteed. Therefore, if for any reason you are not completely happy with our products, we want you to return them to the store for a refund, exchange, or merchandise credit. To receive a cash or credit refund, we do ask for your receipt. If you no longer have the receipt, we will be glad to give you a merchandise credit for the current price of the product. You are also welcome, and this is the big clincher, you are also welcome to do an even product for product like exchange, including without providing a receipt. So basically that means that if I don't have a receipt, because let's face it, the sweet pea candle is 99 cents right now, the one that I had. So obviously it's gone on clearance. If I were to walk in with that sweet pea with no letter and no receipt, they would give me a credit for 99 cents when I paid, what was it, $11 for it. So basically this letter, is about that. It says, thank you again for contacting us. The feedback we received from valued customers like you truly helps us improve our company's products and services. Sincerely, Seth. customer relations coordinator at Bath and Body Works. Then it says enclosed is one $25 gift card. So that's my rant. Let me know what your stories are down below. I know last time I posted these rants, a lot of you guys were like, well, my Bath and Body Works doesn't even do exchanges, so you are lucky to even get what you get. A lot of people say that when their candles tunnel, they just throw them away and they lose out on the money. That should not be the case. Their products are 100% guaranteed, and that is what you should get, 100% guarantee. Shame on you, your store. You guys know what store you're at. It's a bunch of BS, and I don't know what else to say.